Hi, Y friends. Welcome. It's Tuesday and it's Gentle Yoga and Pilates with Laura. I wanted to remind you that our April Animal Madness tournament is happening, so make sure you get your votes in by 8 o'clock tonight. I'm voting for the Screech Owl, I think, so that's kind of how I've been feeling a little bit screechy lately, so I feel like the Screech Owl is my spirit animal. But make sure you check that out. It's so much fun. We're going to get started in just a little bit. I just wanted to remind everyone to have a mat, also a ball or something that you might be able to pass is always good to have, a blanket, a pillow if you would like it, anything that you need to make your space real comfortable for yourself today as we begin our practice. So we are going to get started in just a moment here. And I just really want to remind everyone to take some beautiful, nice, deep breaths. It just helps our body to feel better and release. And sometimes I find myself during the day just holding my breath. And I just want to remind everyone that that is the purpose of yoga, to remind ourselves to breathe and be. We're also working on some great content around mindfulness and mindful eating. So remember, just take nice, thoughtful bites of things as you're eating and caring for yourself in the best way that we can possibly know how at this point. So you are in charge of you, you're in charge of your practice, so do what feels great today. And let's get started. Hi, Sally, good morning to you. It's good to see you and practice together. So we are going to feel our feet in our toes and the bones of our feet, the edges of our feet, the heels, and I'd like you to just allow yourself to press towards the outside of those feet, taking a nice deep breath in. And just allow yourself to sense the edges of your body, down the arms, down the legs, and just breathing, taking some nice deep belly breaths up. And exhale, letting those arms settle down. Roll the shoulders down away from your ears and roll them the other way. And just get settled here. Try to take some nice deep breaths to set your place, to set what feels good to you this morning. As we breathe in the sunshine, nice deep belly breathing. And then when you're ready, I'd like you to just allow yourself to fold. A nice gentle fold. Let the head float down, get drippy. Let your fingertips get drippy. If it feels better to the back of your knees, just allow those knees to soften. Breathing nice and gently. And then when you're ready, floating all the way back up with the back of your heart. That feels good. Nice deep belly breaths, nice deep breath in, and allow yourself to just experience your body today. Some of us have been doing a lot of gardening and really feeling that in the lower back and back of the thighs. This time let's cradle our elbows and just sway side to side nice and gently. We're going to say yes, we're going to say no. We're going to just check in with the muscles in our neck and let the top of the head flow down towards the earth. And when you're ready, float all the way back up, taking great care of yourself and coming back down. Just let your yoga practice today just feel like a big hug. Just a big, gentle, loving hug. Allow yourself to breathe into your forward fold. And when you're ready, go into your extension, shining the top of the head forward. Fingertips can be on the floor, on your shins, on your thighs, whatever really feels best to you today. You're breathing, you're sending those shoulders back away from the ears. When you're ready, fold. When you're ready, come on back up. What I like to have some mindfulness about also is the way my body feels versus the first forward fold, and as in comparison, maybe my fifth or sixth one. And just extend out where you feel good. We're going to come down again. And we're just creating some nice blood flow in our bodies. some beautiful oxygen in. One more. And again, forward fold. Move into your extension, wherever that is for you. Fold. And all the way back up. Nice. And exhale. We're going to step back gently into a warrior one. We're going to breathe in. We're going to rise up. We are going to think about our feet being planted. We have a slight angle with the back foot. The front foot is forward. And I'm just going to play with this a little bit. Maybe I want to leave my arms up here. Maybe I want to just have a little bit of flow. Maybe a back and forth here with my warrior. Just get into your practice. Feel the flow of your muscles as you just move side. Good. And just feel those edges of the feet. And then when you're ready, come back, drop the shoulders down, breathe, exhale. Beautiful. Rotate into your warrior two. And we're going to just elongate those legs. I'm going to turn here just so you can see me a little bit better on this one. Warrior two, again, focus, mindfulness, breath on those fingertips. Good. We're going to straighten this front leg. We're just going to do a little tug of war with our fingertips, as if someone's just reaching out and taking you there. And for this triangle, what I'd like you to just think about is allowing that hand to come down and then reaching up and finding your feet, finding your balance. Drop the shoulder away from your ear. Have some breath here. Now, if you want to go deeper, you certainly can, but you can stay higher too. You can even come to the thigh here. You're going to see what feels good to you. And then we're going to float over to the other side. Good. Nice deep belly breath in. Relax. Rotate those feet. We're going to keep our warrior here. Remember the edge of that back foot, the front of this foot. We're long. We're preventing our thigh from floating in. We're dropping those shoulders down. Good. And then here we're going to straighten that leg. We're going to do just a little side-to-side movement here. Nice deep belly breaths. And then when you're ready, we're going to just float over and we're going to tip. And we're going to find our balance in our feet and we're going to go where it feels good to us. For some of us, we're staying higher. For some of us, we're going lower. You're just doing what feels good to you. We're going to come back up to center. Good. And we're going to bring our feet in. We're going to take a nice deep belly breath. And exhale. Allow yourself to fold. And we're just going to let our head hang here for a moment. We're going to place our hands down. If you want to bend those knees into this and then straighten them, feel free to do that. Just make sure you're letting go of your head. And we're just going to press back into a little bit of a modified down dog, just stretching out the back of the body. Lift those toes. Relax your head down. Good. And then come back to center when you're ready. Float all the way up. Breathe and relax. Good. We're going to bring those shoulders down. Today we're going to talk about chair. We're going to move into chair. I did bring a chair with me here. This is a pretty heavy chair. If you don't have a chair that's stable enough, you might want to use a windowsill. But you can use a chair for stability here. And as you sit back, you're going to scoot your tush back, and my knees are going to be behind my toes. And then I'm going to just tuck my pelvis in, just bringing that belly button back to the spine a little bit to have a nice stable spine. And then I can bring my hands to heart center, or I can elongate my hands, dropping those shoulders down away from the ears. And you can sit into this as much as you want. Toes are behind. Knees are behind the toes. You're dropping your hands down if you want less on the neck here. Good. Keep that and breathe, and then relax, breathe up. and exhale down. Good. We're going to do that again. Again, you can use your chair if you'd like to. We're going to get our feet and our stability there, taking a nice deep breath in. We're going to bring our hands to heart center as we go back. We're going to think about tucking that tummy back towards the spine a little bit, and then you're going to choose where you want to be here. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Feel the stability of the earth under your feet. Nice deep belly breath. When you're ready, stand all the way up. Exhale. Good. Roll those shoulders back. Nice. We're going to move between those planes of glass, of course, because it is so helpful to be able to open up those pathways around your lungs to breathe. So just nice deep belly breathing. And you're just swaying between those planes of glass like a tree. Good. And taking some nice deep breaths in and exhale. And one more like that. Deep breath in and exhale. Good. Check in with your face, check in with your throat and your neck. Make sure that you feel a sense of relief and try to breathe into releasing any tension you may be holding there. We are going to make our way down to the floor, and we are going to come into cat and cow. So let's just move into cat and cow. Again, releasing our body, massaging the back of the spine. Just taking good care of yourself there. And just articulating the spine, really paying attention to the drop of the pelvis, and really bring that belly button back and up, and then relaxing back down through neutral into your cat and cow, right? So we're just taking our time there. Good. And then when you're ready, we are going to come back to tabletop posture. And I just want us to just sink from side to side into our hips a little bit. Just move into those hips nice and gently. And then maybe do a little front back motion here just to ease ourselves into our morning. And you do what feels good to you. Just listen to your body. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back to center here. And we're going to practice that balance again. So I want you to remind yourself, knee rotates down towards the earth. We're using the energy here. We're going to start with that little tap, tap here. Nice little tap, tap. Elongation if you want to. Or bringing knee and elbow closer together and extending out. So you're going to breathe and do that motion. Whatever feels good to you. The hand being lifted, just a tap, tap, whatever really feels great to your body. And we're reminding ourselves that the energy from the earth is pressing through our hand, keeping our shoulder and our core is engaged. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring that down and sink. You can open those knees up a little bit if you want to, sink back a little deeper, coming into child's pose. Nice deep belly breathing. Make sure your belly is expanding and releasing with your breath. When you're ready, come on back up. And we're going to do the opposite side. So think about extending the opposite leg. Hand comes down. And then you're going to just do like a little tap, tap if that feels good to you. Do your elongation if that feels good to you. We want to just make sure that we're taking some nice deep belly breaths through the whole piece. Hi Dave, hi Jackie. So we're just taking nice deep belly breaths here. So do what feels good. I'm doing them here, right? Nice deep belly breaths. Good. Pulling in and extension out. And I like to make sure that I'm looking down at the earth so that I'm not putting stress and strain into my neck. And then when you're ready, come on down, drop your hips back towards your heels. Again, elongate the arms. Let your shoulders surrender here. Let them float into the earth. And then when you're ready, we're just gonna keep our hips where they are. We're gonna walk our chest forward a little bit here. And you can stay where you are. You can drop your head down if that feels good. You can walk out further and bring your chest down if that feels good. We're just gonna let our tush fly through the air like a little puppy dog in the morning. You can give it a little wiggle if you want to. And then we're gonna float back up. Good. And just again, just a little cat-cow. Just to round out the arch that was there. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we're gonna sit through. And we are going to just go into a little spinal twist here. So let's take that leg, wrap it around as it feels good to you. Here you can reach for your blanket, or if you have a little ball, you can put that underneath that hip if that feels better. And you get to decide based on your knees and your hips how far you want to bring this in. We're gonna take a nice deep breath in, rise up towards the sky, and use our eyes to pull ourselves around. Nice deep belly breathing. Use your eyes to pull yourself around. Breathe into it, soften through your jaw, your throat, your neck. Good. And then when you're ready, we're gonna move to the other side. Just take a look. Nice deep belly breathing. Beautiful. When you're ready, we're gonna take this ball out. We're gonna come to the other side. Just a nice easy switch here. Move those knees around. Now this side may feel different than the other side, so you might wanna just pay attention to what your body needs. I like to move my rib there. Take this hand, place it on the outside of the leg. Take the arm, bring it behind. Breathe and lift. And use those eyes to gently pull yourself around. Nice deep belly breathing. Good. And then when you're ready, come back around, use your eyes and look. Beautiful. Come back to center. We're gonna take a nice deep breath in, let those feet come out, give a little wiggle, take a nice deep breath in here, and we're gonna fold. Let our arms float down, let our shoulders relax. We're just gonna breathe into this. Now, I want you to make sure you're able to breathe, right? So if we can't take a nice deep belly breath where we are in the stretch, I want you to back off the stretch a little bit so that you can breathe. Then with your exhalation, your body says everything is okay. Everything is okay. And let yourself notice your tension. It seems like a lot of tension right here in my neck, in the back of my neck. So I want to really pay attention to that with love and care and gentleness as I'm breathing here. And then I'm going to rise up with the back of my heart. Deep breath in. Let your chest float up and forward. Drop your shoulders back away from the ears. Nice deep belly breathing. Remember that deep belly breath lets every part of your body know everything is going to be okay. We're going to move into our Pilates practice today. So again, you can bring a little something to pass near you or a pillow. So we're going to just gently ease down here. We're easing down. You can always use those elbows as little kickstands. We're gonna bring our toes up, and I want you to make sure you're doing your pelvic tilt, so we're bringing our pelvis towards the floor, right? So I'm working on alleviating this curvature that's in my body by giving my back support. So I do that little tilt. And then as I'm doing this, I'm just gonna do some little toe taps. So you can be here. Remember, if our hands stay closer to our core, then it's a little bit less intense than if you have long arms, right? So if this feels super duper easy for you, try doing it with some long arms. You can also curl your head off the ground, apples length between the chin and the chest. To test that, put your fist there. And if you want to go super crazy, you could elongate all the way down. Remember, we give lots of tips for variations because basically our practice can change each day. So we're going to do what feels best to us. Right? Lots of choices. And we're going to let our head come down and float down. Just do a little side to side motion here. Give yourself a nice little back massage. Good. And then when you're ready, we are going to gently do a single leg stretch. So we did these last week too, but we're going to place one hand on the outside, one hand on the inside. We're going to do a little pull, pull, switch, pull, pull. And that angle of those legs will dictate how intense this is. We can definitely have our head down if we need to relax for a moment and then come back into it. So we're going to do 4 and 3 and 2 and last one, and then come back, rock side to side. When you're ready, we're going to do a little double leg stretch. So we're going to scoot those legs out and pull them in. We're going to scoot them out and pull them in. Now I can keep my head off the ground here, and I can choose my angle. If I'm all the way straight out, that's going to be the most intense, where having some legs come up towards the ceiling is going to be less intense. So you choose where you are, and you choose what you want to do with your head and your hands, right? So let's do one more like that. You choose and bring your knees in. Good. Now this time we're going to do one where we're going to keep our legs in tabletop. We're going to sweep our arms around and then slap the floor. So our arms sweep around and we slap. I'm going to show it to you like this. So we're going to take our arms up and then we slap down, right? Arms up and slap. And as I'm doing that slap, I'm going to curl up with my body there. So I'm going to put that into a little, almost like you're swimming, right? I feel like sometimes when I'm doing Pilates, it could be in a pool. Good. Swim around and slap, around and slap. 2 more like that, around and slap. Last one, around and slap. And then when you're ready, bring those knees in. Rock side to side. Good, so we're gonna put those two together, meatballs and spaghetti. So we're gonna start like meatball, and then you're gonna choose where your legs go, and then we're all gonna slap together, right? So this can be here, and you're coming lower, or you're bringing those legs up higher and slap, but you do what feels good to you and slap. Come back, good, start like a meatball, come on out and slap, come on out and slap, good. This fender ball, he wants to be right near me. All right, let's do 2 more like that, and last one. Good. And let those knees come into the belly. Good. Nice. Let's just take a moment to let one foot come to the floor. We're going to stretch that leg out. Breathe into it. And then if you want a little bit more, sliding that hip down, the toes out. Breathe. If you want to add, again, just check check in apple's length with your chin and your chest here. Make sure that you're breathing into the back of those hamstrings when you're ready. We're going to switch sides. Again, foot can be flat on the floor. You're just taking that leg up to where it feels good to you. If it feels better to have a little bend to that leg, go ahead and do that as well. Breathe. A nice little stretch there. Good. And then we're going to come back in and rock side to side. So my ball wants to definitely hang out with me today. So we're going to pass us a ball, but you don't have to have a ball. You can just pretend like you have a ball, but we're going to do little scissors. And we're going to reach through and pass. Now, if my arm is going behind me, this is going to be more intense than if I keep things smaller and I can keep the ball here and pass and pass. And I'm checking my neck to make sure I have that nice apple's length. But we're going to do 4 and 3 and 2, last 1, and just rock side to side. Remember, you can always keep things more to the center, bent knees, smaller arms. It's really good for everyone. Now this time I'm going to do a little pass. So again, you don't have to have something. You can just pretend you have something between your legs. You're going to curl up, take what it is, drop the toes down, come up, good, and then drop down. So you're just doing this nice little gentle motion here. And then if you want to, you can, of course, let your head float down to the ground. If your neck is tired and you want to give yourself a break, or if you want more, you can always go longer, right? If I go longer, then more intensity is there. So you decide where you want to be. Arms can be in the center of the chest, or arms can be long, legs can be long, however that feels good to you. We're going to do one more like that. And then come back and relax. Rock your knees side to side. When you're ready, we're going to place this ball between our knees. We're going to curl up, and we're just going to do a little gentle motion here side to side. Now again, if you don't have a ball, same thing, right? I'm going to choose, where are my toes? Are they straight ahead, or are they up towards the sky? We're going to breathe. We're going to do 4, 3, good, 2, and last 1. And bring those knees in and relax. Make little circles with your feet. Make little circles with your hands. Good. And then we're going to let those feet come flat to the floor. Let the knees float over to one side. We're going to come on our side, and we're just going to align with the back of our mat. We're going to move our feet towards that edge. I'm going to think about being nice and tall here. And I'm just going to do a little side movement. It's a little tap, tap, a lift, and a tap, tap. Tap, tap, lift, tap, tap. Good. Tap, tap, lift, tap, tap. Tap, tap, lift, tap, tap. 2 more. Tap, tap, lift, tap, tap. Good. And then we're going to just let that leg float in front. We can put a little bend to it if we want to. And we're just going to gently lift the lower leg up and down. We're going to breathe, and we're going to lift, and we're going to place it down. Breathe and lift, place it down. Good. Breathe and lift, place it down. 2 more. Lift and down. Last 1. Lift and down. Good. We're going to roll over onto our bellies, and we're just going to do a little locust here. So just pulling our fingertips back, lifting through those toes, breathing, working lower back. Nice deep belly breaths here. Good. Breathing deeply. When you're ready, relax. Let your head turn to one side. Let your shoulders really just surrender across the floor. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's do that one more time. Pull back, lift. Toes are flying, fingertips are flying. We're looking down towards the mat, keeping a nice centered head. And then when you're ready, allow yourself to float down. Let those shoulders surrender. Good. When you're ready, we're going to sweep ourselves up. We're going to move to the other side. Again, just allowing yourself to gently have your toes angle. Get nice and comfortable here. And we're going to just take this leg up. We're going to do a little tap, tap, a lift, a tap, tap. I want you to think about maybe like a little teacup sitting on your hip here. So we're going to use our tummy to stabilize ourselves without moving those hips so much, right? So let's do 4. Good. A nice deep belly breaths. Make sure you're breathing. And let's do 1 more. Good. Relax. We're going to bring that leg in. Again, you can bring that leg in as far as you want. We're going to do a little lift here and a lower. We're going to squeeze and lower, lift, lower, breathe. Good. Let's do 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 more. Nice. And then I'd like you to just come on up with me, and we are going to have a little bit of fun today. I feel like we need a little sense of humor with our practice today. So what we're going to do is we are going to roll like a ball. So remember before we got into that little meatball, I want you to get into a little meatball. And then you have choices what you want to do here. You can place your hands on the front of your shins. You can place your hands in the back of the thighs. But we are going to get nice and small. And then I'd like you to bring that belly button back towards your spine. And as you drop your belly button back, I want you to just allow yourself to curl back and then roll back up, right? So we're gonna just do a little hover here. If you get stuck on your back like a turtle, who is also in contention in April Animal Madness, just feel good, know that you gave us all good luck, and I just want you to laugh about it. So, but we're gonna practice rolling like a ball, so we just curl in and come up. Good. Let's do that again. Curl in and rock your way up. And again, curl in, rock up. Beautiful. Nice. So I hope you had fun with that. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. We're just going to ease back in. We're going to move into Shavasana. I want to do a spinal twist though first before we move into Shavasana. So let's bring our knees in and then let those knees fall to the side. I want you to stack your hips one on top of the other. Let your shoulders move towards the earth. And if you have trouble having your shoulders hit the earth, you can always use a little pillow there underneath your knees to help those shoulders make their way down. I want you also just to breathe into the waist, breathe into the ribs here. Do what feels best. Nice deep belly breathing. And then when you're ready, one more deep inhalation and exhalation. Feel the expanse of that breath as it moves across the ribs, your jaw, your throat, your face. And when you're ready, let those knees come up, cross over, stack those hips. Let the arms float over to the other side of the body. Again, you can use the pillow under the knees if that feels best to you. Nice deep belly breathing. Again, check in with any tension that's caught anywhere in your body. Just pay attention. And then when you're ready, we're gonna We'll bring our hands to the same side as our knees. We're gonna decide what we want to do here. So if I want to come up to a seated posture for Shavasana or visualization today, I can do that, or I can just let those knees roll back to center and elongate my body out, either on my tummy or on my back. I really like it for Shavasana for you to feel really comfortable so that you can relax. And I'm just gonna sit up today while we are doing it. I want you guys to relax, but I wanna be able to just talk us through it. So as you're laying down, I'd like you to think about any areas of your body that you need to take care of, any place where you feel you're holding tension, maybe from some feelings that might, it might just feel uncomfortable to have those feelings, or maybe there's something that you need to clear your tension from in your body. So I want you to just take some nice deep breaths here. And I want you to think about something that's maybe causing you stress or causing you tension. And I'd like you to imagine that that has become the size of a watermelon. And we're going to use this little breath technique to give ourselves some control of any stress or anxiety we might feel while we are maybe laying in bed at night or really anywhere. So imagine that that piece of tension in your life is the size of a watermelon. And then what I'd like you to do is take some nice deep belly breaths in and out. I'd like you to breathe in the power of having control over your breath, and then exhale out the tension and bring it from what would visually be a watermelon to maybe now a honeydew melon. So taking that just down a little bit deeper, breathing into that tension and just feeling yourself release a little bit. And then when you're ready, breathing in the tension that represents that honeydew, and then exhaling out and bringing it down into a cantaloupe. Nice deep breathing happening and taking your breath from a cantaloupe into an orange. And let yourself breathe, let yourself sit in this moment with the orange, just noticing it, just noticing all of the power that you've used from taking it from the size of that watermelon to the size of this orange. Breathe into that self-power. And when you're ready, breathe from the orange into a lemon. How does your body feel now as opposed to when we first began? Breathe into the lemon and move that into a lime. Nice deep belly breathing. And let yourself breathe from that lime into a little strawberry. Allow that breath to ebb and flow through the body. Notice the strawberry. Notice the weight that's been lifted off of your body from the size of that watermelon to the size of the strawberry. And when you're ready, breathe from the strawberry to a blueberry. And when you're ready, breathe into a little mustard seed. And then I'd like you to see that seed in your hand and just breathe it in, breathe it out. When you're ready, use that energy and power of breath to begin to just give little wiggles of life to your toes, to your fingers. Take those knees and bring them back towards your heels. Heels and hips and knees come together. And let's just let those knees rock from side to side like a little windshield wiper. And then when you're ready, allow your knees to come into your belly and give yourself a nice little rock side to side. When you're ready, let those feet come flat to the floor. We're going to let our knees fold over to one side one more time. Nice deep belly breaths here. And when you're ready, come on up. Good. And sit comfortably, however that is for you. And let's roll those shoulders back. Take your ear, roll it across the chest, ear and back to center. And again, ear, roll that chin across the chest, ear, and back to center. And take a beautiful deep breath in. And exhale. And another one to take with you. And exhale. Thank you so much for coming today. Namaste. Happy Tuesday. And please remember to put your vote in today for Animal Madness tournament. And remember to breathe through your feelings and take care. I miss you so much.